must say, it's not this often that we have this much beauty in the studio. But that's enough about myself for the moment. Let me introduce the girls.
That's good. So when you say it,
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Sledgehammer Fight Show, and we have a great show coming up today. The response on the internet has been amazing since last week. Everybody loved John Wayne Parr, and oddly enough, a lot of the blokes like Natalia as well. Okay, the first order of business today is to preview the Warriors at War at March 29th at the Brisbane Broncos. And I must say, it's not quite often that we get this much beauty in the studio. But that's enough about me for the moment. Let me introduce our guest. On my direct left, we have Lorryn Williams, we have the Bullet, Karen Williams, and on the very end, we have the Ageless, Jenny Cav. We're going to talk to Lorryn first, and on the 29th of March, at the Warriors at War at the Brisbane Broncos, Lorryn is fighting a full Thai rules fight. She's been training very hard for it. At this stage of your preparation, how are you feeling for it?
Yeah, no, feeling pretty good.
That's excellent. You're fighting a very tough girl from Hervey Bay.
Yeah, her name's Casey Walters, and she trains with Craig Glover out of Street Smart.
That's going to be good. You've been fighting for a long time too now, ever since you were a little girl, really. Hence the nickname Shorty. How did you get into the fight game, Lorryn?
Just being around the gym, watching my mum and my dad in the gym, just growing up around the whole sport.
Yeah, very easy to get involved with it for sure. Lorryn's actually won a few Queensland titles. She's twice Australian Fighter of the Year, so she's had a great career. Lorryn, you'd be close to 30 fights by now?
Not quite 30, but getting there.
Geez, that's all right then, good. And the concept that we got for the Warriors at War, it's never been done before. We have the mothers and daughters fighting on the same card. How do you think that's going to go watching your mum fight?
It'll be a little bit nerve-wracking, but as I've never seen mum fight, but it'll be a whole new experience for me as well.
I'll give you the quiet tip, folks. Blink and you could miss it, because Karen puts them away pretty quickly when she's on fire, and she's going to be on fire on the 29th. Just watching on the screen here, Lorryn, was Thompson, and that looks like it was a pretty good fight. Where was that one at?
That one was at the Logan Metro Centre on Muay Thai at the Metro.
It's pretty good highlights. What was the highlight of the fight for you?
Landing a spinning elbow. I was pretty proud with that.
That is a cracker too, and you split her eye open with that.
Yeah, I was a bit excited after that, but I'm not a big fan of blood, so it was a bit hard for me after that too.
It's funny, I'm a big fan of blood as long as it's not mine. Lorryn, thanks very much for taking your time out to come onto the show. It's been great having you here. Now what we're going to do next, we're going straight to the technique workshop at Steve Jeller's Fortitude Valley Boxing Gym. And today, helping me out will be chopsticks. What we're going to work on is defence against the shin kick to the body. And what we're going to do is use a front kick to counter it. I've got my friend Chopsticks, he's on his way over. Now for anyone who's a little bit oversensitive or has too much time on their hands and want to scream racism, Chopsticks is actually the name Tony uses in the boxing tent. It's what he prefers to be called. He doesn't say much, he can only speak about 5 or 6 words of English. The chicks love him because he's the only bloke in the country who never interrupts them. In a particular fight, you might find a shin kick could be somebody's best weapon. Now a good fighter will go after a fighter's weaknesses. A very good fighter will go after their strengths and make it their weakness, and that's what we're going to do today. And the way we're going to do it, we're going to use the front kick as a defensive weapon off both legs. So when Chopsticks here is kicking me to the rib cage and he's scoring his points and I'm starting to get a bit sore, okay, I've got to think of an idea to come back with it. So when Chopstick comes for the kick, we'll just come straight in with the front kick. It's a very effective technique to use, but you've got to be quick with it. It's no use trying to kick when Tony's halfway through his kick. I've got to come up, kick that way. You step back, now there's your left foot. You're going to notice how I've landed on the balls of my feet, because what I want to do is pivot into my right hand. Because the funny thing about it is, when you throw your right hand, the first thing that moves is your left foot. Then your hip, your shoulder and your hand, boom, all comes through in that one motion. As you knock them back, you can follow through with that inside leg kick to there, and then an elbow straight over the top. If you're pretty lucky, you break their jaw straight up, fight's over, you win. Now, the beauty of this technique, it actually works off both legs. If Chopsticks happens to be kicking off his left leg, we use what's used to tee. And it's just a very straight front kick, very easy to do. And as the kick comes up, he's off balance, you just put him straight in the chest. It's a great one. Once again, it's a great one to set up that right hand. Just put them off balance. Half step up, bang, there's your right hand. Inside leg kick. Grab, push, knee. What we've done, again, we've turned defence into attack. We've taken a good weapon off chopsticks and we made it his enemy. We'll just go through it one more time. Okay, so we come through, the kick comes up, there's your front kick. Step up, right hand. Okay, you've landed that. Inside leg kick. Grab, like say now, when you're grabbing, don't grab like this. We're not doing the ballroom blitz or having a waltz. You've got to hold them. You've got to grab by the back of the neck, and as you do that, you pull them into your kick, into your knee, you pull them in, boom, there's that right knee. Hey, thanks, chopsticks, that's very good, mate. This particular combination is not always going to work out in that order, but the idea of this move is to turn defence into attack.
This program's brought to you by Outfox, with hundreds of free channels covering sports, entertainment, news and more. All at outfox.tv.
And that concludes today's gym session from Steve Della's gym. It's how you can use the front kick in attack and defence. And thanks once again to Chopsticks. His English has actually improved since then. He can speak about 10 words now. He's done pretty well. And we've done well too, just to get Chopsticks for as cheap as we has. He's actually shot half a dozen kung fu movies in Japan. You can't walk down the main street in Tokyo without seeing Chopsticks on a billboard. So we've done pretty well there. And speaking of very famous people, we have the Bullet and Jen Cav with us. And once again, Bullet has come up with a brand new idea for a kickboxing show. And that's having the mothers and daughters fighting on the same show. We have 3 sets of mothers, 3 sets of daughters on the card. Karen, another brilliant idea, but once again, we're used to you doing that. You've had the only all-girl fight tournament, and you just had the 8-girl tournaments as well. Karen, where do you keep coming up with these ideas?
Jimmy, it's just about more promoting the women in the sport. I think over the years we haven't had near enough advertising and support. As much as I can do for the girls, I'm willing to do, and you know, just keep it alive. You know, both of our daughters have grown up around our sport for years, and watching them come in and love what we do has just been one of the best feelings ever. And just from the babies to the little ladies they are now, and knowing that they can look after themselves is just sensational.
And Karen, you're making a comeback to
Yes.
Australia. It's been a long time since you fought here, and I'm looking forward to watching it quite myself.
Yes, I am. I actually went over to Thailand with my best mate Jenny last year in September. Jen was matched up over there for a Patong Stadium champion belt. And I thought, well, I'm here, why not? I haven't fought in Thailand yet. It's been a long, hard career. But I said, yeah, let's do it. Jumped in, had a go, and totally enjoyed it. So, and when I came back, and the feedback of everyone, you know, on Facebook and online was like, you've got to fight here in Australia, you know.
It was massive.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Now, you're not just fighting anyone, you're fighting one of the Thai champions, is that right?
Yes, I am. We're the 3 of us are actually fighting Thais. There's myself,
good.
Jenny, and Narelle Leahy all fighting Thais. So, and they're all Bangkok champions, so they're no slouches. We're looking at A-grade fighters, so it's back into business.
Yeah, just wait till you guys see this, and wait till you watch Narelle Leahy. That girl can fight like a bag of cats.
She's a machine.
Oh, she's a great
Love
fighter.
her.
Us on the card, we're going to have Jenny Cav. As we were speaking earlier, you've come a long way in your fight career for someone who I thought was going to struggle a little bit, and I didn't see you fight for 2 years. Then I saw that fight with Hannah, and that was at the Mansfield Tavern. It was like, holy cow, hasn't this girl improved? And since then you've won Queensland, Australian titles, stadium champion in Thailand. Must be a great achievement for you.
Yeah, it's really good, Jimmy. It feels good.
โอ้โหลำบากนักมาติน่าเจอชุดหนึ่งแล้วโดนนิกเกียร์ว่าโอ้โหดูโอ้ยเกมที่ 4แล้วก็ฟ้าแชมป์เลยครับสักครู่ครับ
With this fight now, you match up with one of the Thai champions once again.
Yes, Jimmy, I'm fighting Puntip Tamajak. She's had about 45 fights, so yeah, she's an experienced Thai fighter. I really enjoy fighting the Thais. Their style's really good.
The Thai style will probably suit your game with your aggression levels the way they are. You can get on the front foot, where the Thais like to counter fight a little bit. It's going to give you a chance to get the points on the board early.
That's it. They have really good timing, so it makes it very difficult to come in. So it makes you work really hard. So it's a good challenge.
Yeah, well, you're at the stage of your career now where I've seen you fight, and you have the ability to follow an opponent's chest and corner him in the ring rather than chase after him. And that's something I think's improved your game. It keeps you on the front foot and makes them do the work as well.
Yeah, that's right, Jimmy. That's something that Karen really teaches us a lot of at training, a lot of ring control. So yeah, hopefully put that through this fight.
Been watching you fight for a long time. You've got the fitness to go pretty much 5 rounds at the drop of a hat. So it's going to be a good matchup.
Yeah, feeling really fit at the moment. So probably the fittest I've ever been. So looking forward to this one.
Oh, that'd be great. I have to thank you both, you ladies, for coming to the show today too. And I'll tell you what, we'll be looking forward to the 29th of March as the Warriors at War at the Brisbane Broncos. It's going to be a great show. Now, without any further ado, we're off to the Ironfist gym.
This program's brought to you by Outfox, with hundreds of free channels covering sports, entertainment, news and more. All at outfox.tv.
Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, in quiet suburban Rochdale, outside the Ironfist gym. Is the home of Michael Tomahawk Thompson. It's very quiet on the outside, but if you breathe deeply, you can just about smell the tile liniment oil and you can hear the pads panning. We're going to go talk to Alan Bell today, so let's go inside for a Captain Cook. How you going, mate? See, how are you?
Jimmy, how you going, mate?
Thanks, mate.
What's happening?
Mate, we thought we'd just come in and advertise the famous Ironfist gym.
Oh, yeah.
So you got,
Good.
so you got the boys working hard already?
Oh, yeah, mate, they're going all right, eh?
No, good. Alan, how long have you had Ironfist going for now?
Oh, Jesus. 201, I think it was.
Really, 13 years.
201 we actually in the shed here.
Yep.
But before that, we're out in the driveway and in another shed up here and that. And Dan wanted somewhere to go, and I thought, well, we'll build this.
So looking for what we see around us, you've built up quite nicely too. See the Tomahawks here. Jimmy Irwin, Masato, a great pad holder.
Mikey's here.
Oh, that's great. That's
Masato.
very good.
Benny Johnson.
Queensland champion Matty Seddon just walking by.
Yeah,
Alan too. Well, Alan, if we get your blessing, we might have a bit of a look around the gym today.
Mate, yeah, you just go for your life, mate. Yeah. Here, Olivia, close those elbows up. Righto.
Hey, with me is Matt Seddon. He's the current Queensland featherweight pro boxing champion. Matt's doing something different at Warriors at War on the 29th of March. Matt, you're back to the Muay Thai for that fight. Who are you matching up with?
Yeah, I'm fighting in Thai, fighting Anthony Pappers from Boonchu.
Yeah, you feeling good for it?
Yeah, it should be a good fight. Yeah.
I was watching you spar. You look mega sharp at the moment.
Yeah,
the
thanks.
boxing skills are sort of honing your hands in quite nicely.
Yeah, it's coming along nice, yeah.
As far as the boxing goes, after this matchup, have you got any future plans to defend your title?
Yeah, defend the title, go a bit further in the pro boxing, so see what happens. Just wherever I can get a fight, I'm happy.
Yeah, that's the way to go. And that's the beauty of being able to do two sports. Hurricane Briggs did it, John Wayne Parr, myself, Brian Murphy was another one. If you can become adept at two sports, gives you twice as much chances to make a living for yourself too. Because we don't get rich off the Muay Thai game, do we?
That's right.
Oh, good on you, mate. Well, look, I know you're keen to go back and do some warm down and some paid work, but thanks for coming on today, giving us a moment of
Thanks
your time.
for having me.
No, thank you, Matty. Good stuff.
Ladies and gentlemen, Michael the Tomahawk Thompson!
Yeah, he's gonna fight smart a lot to stem the flow or semi-buckled clinch for a split second. Yeah, there it is again. It's a target area for Michael Thompson. We're inside 10 seconds. Oh, there is down the reverse spinning elbow, and Miss Seth is down. The count is 4. He's waved it away. Our referees all over. The world lightweight champion is Michael Thompson. That was an amazing experience. Unbelievable to end this fight.
Yeah, with me is Michael Tomahawk Thompson. Tomahawk, thanks for taking time out today. I know you're training the boys and you're very busy. You've had a bit of bad luck. You've had tonsillitis and you're just coming back from injury now.
Yeah, just had tonsillitis all last year, so I finally got the buggers out. And almost 100% and ready to train for the next ones.
Any future plans or any particular opponents we're going to match you up with?
At the moment, there's a slight possibility I might be fighting Kevin Ross from America. It's not 100% yet, so can't really put all my cards on that one. But after that, I think I might be fighting Petchinong up on Brighton Glory Show, I think in Townsville, sorry.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it.
Oh, that's excellent. Kevin Ross is actually quite well known over here for an overseas fighter. Will that fight be here, or will you go overseas for that?
I think that fight will probably be in the US. It's on July 4th, so it's a pretty big holiday.
It's American Independence Day, so it will be a big day over there. Kevin Ross will surely be pumped up for it, but he hasn't run into the Tomahawk yet, has he?
Yeah, that's it. I'll be putting all my efforts into training and training real hard for that one, because I want to make a stand in America. Let the Americans and the people in the world know how us Brizzy fighters do it.
You're doing pretty well too, Tomahawk.
Yeah.
Thanks again for taking your time out today.
No worries, thanks, guys.
Appreciate you helping out, 'cause I know you're busy with your fighters too.
No worries, thanks, mate.
Good stuff. We'll talk to you soon, eh? And ladies and gentlemen, that was the Ironfist gym. It's a great gym. As you see, we had the champions there, Matt Seddon, who fights on the 29th of March at the Broncos, and Michael Tomahawk Thompson, who was going to the United States to fight Kevin Ross. That's about all we've got time for today. And just before we go, I'd like to thank our guest. That's Karen Williams, Lorryn Williams, Jenny Cav, the famous chopsticks from Japan, as well as the Ironfist gym itself. And I'm Jimmy Shannon, and you've just watched the Sledgehammer Fight Show. We'll see you next week.